be able to use the same level of force. So basically, the
You sure
government is allowing.
They don't have the
you
mentality.
sure you just hadn't been watching too much ESPN 30 for 30?
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. So they want 30% of law enforcement to be women by the year 2030. And the reason for that is basically women are allowed to execute citizens with there's less of a standard for them to prove reasonable force because they're by nature weaker than the men.
Women need to go home.
Wow,
Okay.
I believe this.
That's what
Women
they
do not belong in enforcement. Just it doesn't matter. They're not fit for it. They're not strong as men. They are more of a risk factor than helping you. There's some who have just been trigger happy and shot people over the dumbest crap. They don't belong in a workforce. Women just don't have the mentality to be a police officer or a fireman.
Or a
Stuff happens,
firefighter,
and
or
it-
in the military.
That's not even the real reason. I'll even be honest with you. When I was in, they never sent them first, and then the qualifications, their quals are lower than men. Do you think the criminals are going to lower their standards? No, this never happens. So also when we do breaches in the desert with these doors and kick doors and do all that, women are never sent first. Matter of fact, they're usually like the social worker, backup, and all this other stuff, a support role. But if we send them first, they become a liability for everybody else in law enforcement. Matter of fact, if you graduate from the academy, push-ups, running, all that is lower. Do you think the criminals, like I said, are going to lower theirs? It's not going to happen. So if we think about this, it's not exactly the mentality. I would actually rework this to where it's like overall women are not good for law enforcement. I think it should just be bad. And then that's about it, because women are disarmed 65% of the time and men only 11%. I know the stats on all this. And when it comes down to this, Manure will get worked when it comes to use of force and law enforcement and all this. So when he said just the tire skidding, it's like, well, we have reasonable doubt. And not only this, but we have to make sure that officer safety is conducted. So when we talk about this, 10 more seconds, Manure, before you start gish galloping and spurging. So when we come to this, she came from Missouri. She drove all the way there to Minnesota to go ahead and do this. And then not to mention this, she led this whole stance to block traffic and impede with an investigation. Okay. And then when we talk about officer safety, there should be a modicum of reasonable stance away from the investigation. She was impeding on this. So whenever you have people in front of you, she can be hit with strays or anything else. We need the audience back away from the investigation so she doesn't become a casualty. But guess what happened? She put herself in the lion's den and became a casualty. This is all her fault, and she's complicit in her own doing.
Yeah,
if
clearly the officer was so scared.
He would have got out.
The officer was so scared that his gun was never holstered the whole time.
There,
he was walking around comfortably, filming every part of her video, even looking at her face, talking to her. No agitation. She was smiling at him. There was no threat at all while he was filming her in her face.
Manure.
But the threat happened when he turned around. That's what you're saying.
Do you presume to know what's going on in her mind, Manure, just from facial expressions?
No, but
do you presume to know the mind of the
suspect?
suspect?
From Minnesota, and she created the threat to the officers, right? He was so threatened that he was filming every little detail of her smiling face. Yep.
Manure, can you answer that question? Do you presume to know the mind of the suspect just from facial expressions?
I mean, I would presume that a knowledgeable officer would at least be able to do that.
Wait, hold on.
And yeah, I would.
Question,
the girl looked like she was a 25-year-old lady. She can barely do anything.
You're using assumptions. Do you know what was going on?
Unless I was watching some fucking crazy movie, I would never assume that she's going to try to murder me. She looks like she's scared to even be here.
Manure, do you have prior law enforcement training or no policies?
She didn't show any threatening posture. She didn't threaten anyone. She didn't say any bad words. She literally just said, how do you like it when I'm here and I'm stopping you from doing all your work when you guys are doing all of that to us? And that's all she did. She was trying to protest her, make her right, and you guys executed her because she was scared and tried to get her out of this.
Are you clairvoyant, Manure?
Do you know how many law enforcement officers are killed every year from a random traffic stop? They have 10, 15 seconds to determine the situation going on a simple traffic stop.
I'm saying you guys are arguing he was so scared. Why is he filming walking around? Why doesn't he position himself in a non-dangerous position?
Because not all of us
if he's so scared, why is he standing in front of the car?
Because not all of us get body cams. You know that, right, Manure?
I mean, I'm just saying, if I'm scared that this guy's about to run, I'm not going to stand in front of the fucking
Manure, in law enforcement, we have something called CYA. Do you know what that means?
Cover your ass.
He doesn't.
Right, it's universal. In law enforcement, we use it heavily. So if you're going to use that, think about it. If he never used his cell phone, he would have never had the footage showing that he got hit.
I'm just saying, he
hasn't. Never happened because not all of us get body cams. You know that, right?
No. His life was in so much danger that he was comfortably walking around filming her.
No, this is just about covering your ass, Manure.
No. Let me finish. This is the argument. You're arguing that his life.
You don't have an argument, but go ahead.
Yeah,
No, that's your argument.
You're
Your
just
argument is
bitching.
that the life. Yeah, I'm saying that there's no way you can prove imminent danger. It's impossible.
Oh, so there's no way that
it's
you
an
can prove
impossible
anything on your
argument. So
side,
you're
too. So
trying
you
to
have to be
attack me.
asking
Let me
your own
just
question,
finish.
Manure.
Hey,
You
just
see how that
okay?
works, Manure? You can't prove
something
it
for
on
you
your
guys.
side either.
What?
Just
No.
something-
Argument's faulty,
Calm
Manure.
down. I'm just saying,
something
how is
for
this
you
different
guys.
than Iran?
Oh, because
What
you're
I'm
getting
saying-
bodied right now, Manure, and you want me to
Okay,
calm
yeah, I'm
down
getting
from
bodied.
Bodied by multiple
wrecking the
people.
shit
Yeah.
out of you? Proceed,
Yeah.
Manure. Go ahead
You
with
want me
your
to bring in the
philanderous
skid marks?
argument. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
not
laugh.
gonna. I'm not gonna mention that. But the woman, you're saying that she was an imminent danger to the officer's safety. You're arguing that when he saw her,
Yes.
he felt like he was an imminent danger. So how can you justify him walking around the vehicle, videotaping her, videotaping every part, and then standing in the vehicle's way if he believes that his life was an imminent danger? Wouldn't you think his actions would be a little bit different?
Good.
He would be a little bit more cautious. He would
Okay,
have
I'll respond to that,
at least the
Manure. I'll
weapon
respond to that
unholstered.
right now. So when he was walking around the vehicle, he was not in harm's way, not in front of the vehicle. But as soon as she backed up, she then started facing forward. She positioned herself in front of the officer. The officer didn't
he was
position
not-
himself in front of the vehicle. She
He was not in
positioned
threat at
herself
all
in
to the
front of
last
the
second.
officer.
So the whole time he was not in threat till the last second. So now here's my question:
Yeah,
How?
yeah.
How
The
can
whole-
he
you're
know?
right.
How?
There you
No,
go.
here's my. So there's zero.
Manure, you're
no
good.
threatening-
You're doing good so far, Manure.
All right. So there's no threatening procedures at all happening at all. Nothing happening before
Until
There's
the
no
last
signs.
second,
He
Manure.
was so
Yes.
comfortable. Let me finish. He was so comfortable that he was videotaping her with his phone. Which, if I am an officer and I'm scared for my life, I would never have a phone. I don't know if you
They don't
believe
have
You
anyone
would
that's-
never
if-
videotape
I don't know
evidence
if you
you're
think
scared for your
if
life
you're
or not. Wait, hold
scared,
on.
that's
Am I
what you're
hearing
doing.
that correctly?
So your argument is the
You would
last
never
second.
have evidence if
Your
you're scared
argument
for
is
your
the
life.
last second.
Did you just
Your
say
argument is the
that?
last second. Your argument is the last second he believed is in imminent danger. So
Yes.
Here's the final argument from me.
You don't have one yet, but go give me one,
He
please. I'm
believed his
waiting.
life was in imminent danger. That
You think you
last
thought the last
second.
thing out of your mouth.
Shooting the vehicle was not going to stop that danger because it was already.
No,
giving
we're not
him-
trained to shoot
it
wheels.
was
Do you know what hitting
creating
is?
a bigger
know.
threat, and he was not going to be able to stop the vehicle. The only way that vehicle did not hit him at that point, if you are actually arguing that this was imminent danger, was that if the driver was pointing the other direction, which we see it in her vehicle, we see it in her cars, and you can argue the cop didn't see that.
He got clipped, but go ahead.
You can argue that, but I didn't see him even get touched. I barely saw him even skip backwards. If
Oh,
you're
he
claiming that-
got clipped.
But you're arguing that his life was in imminent danger.
Yes,
right?
it was in imminent danger. Yes.
And so he believed that he was about to get
There-
schmurdered.
Do you know, Menard? Do you know what reasonable and
You
prudent means?
believe that he believed that he was going to get schmurdered, and so he had to shoot this young lady.
Menard, you're using TikTok language, which tells me you have TikTok rot.
Calm
So,
down,
do you know
calm
what
down.
reasonable and prudent
Oh,
means,
Lord.
Menard?
Let me just finish the point. I don't know what that is.
You didn't have a point, Menard, but do you know what reasonable and prudent means? Do you know what that means?
Reasonable and prudent? Reasonable?
Yeah.
Like it's
using police terms, I can tell you what it
possible
is.
that could happen maybe.
It means that he can articulate justification because of the situation, even if it was the last second, right?
Legally-
And if you can write this down in a journal or a report, this is what he was experiencing the last second. You're right there. You're doing good. And then you took it.
According to the laws I was reading, you cannot, as a cop, put yourself in imminent, dangerous situations and then argue that you needed to create lethal force to get out of that situation. He did not have to walk in front of that vehicle.
Okay, let's walk down this.
He knew walking in front of that vehicle could create an imminent threat to his life.
Menard,
if that's what you're arguing.
let's walk down this
You're
train of
saying
logic.
cops can't recognize that? You're saying cops can't even recognize that?
Menard, you know what? I'll even concede that. Let's walk down your train of logic. I go to a DV call, which has a 37% mortality rate if I show up to a domestic violence call. And then I put myself in a situation. And when we talk about the fatal funnel, which is the door, we get trained on this regularly. I put myself in this situation. Do you think I'm inclined to use lethal force and ready to use this within a second's notice? Do you think that's justified? Because we do this daily?
No, it's not.
That's not analogous.
Oh, where do you get your police training from? Because you should stop watching cop shows
Well, it
because
seems like you
that's
get it from
bad, faulty
Israel.
information.
Yeah, Manar, can I say something? Because Marte's argument is not analogous. So the funnel that you're talking about going out the door, what we're talking about is the vehicle itself could be classified as a dangerous or deadly weapon if it's used to try to run somebody over.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's why
analogous,
called
Mr. Work, because you're about to get body right here. I'm talking about putting yourself in harm's way. I'm not talking about the vehicle. I'm not talking about nomenclature. I'm not talking about the weapon. He mentioned putting yourself in harm's way. What is the fatal funnel? Can you tell me what that means?
But okay, but what's the instrument or device used to
No, we're not
justify?
talking about. He's talking about. We're talking about positioning yourself. What is the fatal funnel? Can you answer that?
Fatal funnel.
Yeah, so the fatal. I mean, Marte, but the problem is a car. If you put yourself in front of a car, it's like you're standing in front of a gun.
Right.
Like you're putting yourself in front of a weapon.
They told her
When she reversed her car, she positioned the bumper towards him. He wasn't initially in front of the car until she reversed and then put the vehicle's position in front of him. What's a fatal funnel? Can we go back to that? Can you answer the question?
Yeah, fatal. I mean, it's a tactical thing, right? So the fatal funnel is basically an area where you have to cross the other person's line of sight, right? It's like a bottleneck.
You know what? I'll give you that. It could be a doorway, right? So if we position ourselves in front of there, that would be analogous to somebody putting themselves in the position of a bumper, right? So when you say it's not analogous, it's extremely analogous. We're talking about body positioning. When she backed the vehicle up, he wasn't in front of the vehicle until she backed up and put the vehicle in front of him. That's what happened. If you review the police footage, that's what it shows. And then the vehicle was skidding. So we couldn't know the trajectory or the speed of this. He had to assume and make a second's notice. If you wait, you die. The people who wait in any law enforcement situation end up dying. You're not going to say 2 minutes because you're carried by 6 men. You'd rather be judged by, you know, the whole saying. So we're not waiting. We want to come home to our families. He's operating off of this modus operandi. All law enforcement is not this.
What an appeal to emotion. What a loser. What a
this
loser
is policy. What are you talking about?
This
standard policy procedure. That's not emotional.
Appeal to emotion. If he was in so much danger,
so policy and standards an appeal to emotion.
You would have a little bit more professionalism. You would not be calling her a bitch after he shot her in the head. You're acting like these people are.
Yeah, who cares? We're human.
Oh my God, Manure.
And he did everything wrong.
Manure is crying for a white lady. Look at the scene.
Even when they came to arrest her.
Manure, do you have a seam shield? Did you get your seam shield somewhere? Oh, I'm asking for a friend. I just want to know how much of a simp you are.
But Marte, you know it's not analogous because Marte, if you were in law enforcement, you know about the continual force spectrum, right? Where basically you can only go one level.
It's called the use of force continuum. At least get it right if you're going to say that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while since I had to say
spectrum. This isn't autism we're talking about. This is policy procedure. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, here's my argument, Mr.
It's not about your gender, Mr. Work. We're not talking about your gender.
The funnel has nothing to do. There's no funnel or bottleneck that justifies the level up in the use of force.
This is obviously going over your head. So, hey, Manure, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave the panel. I just want to say a couple last words real quick.
Wait.
He's running. He's running.
Marte, just let me.
No, I don't. You know what? Both of you guys can get bodied in the debate. Set it up. We can do it. Anyways, I'm leaving because we have to go to the Manure, let me just 30 seconds because I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I just got 30 seconds.
Would you be scared for your life in that situation as a grown man like you? You would be scared of the girl. You would actually believe that the girl's
if a girl's weaving a 3,000-pound weapon, yes, I would.
To her, she was smiling in your face. Then you believe that she was actually going to drive into you.
Casey Anthony was smiling as she stabbed her husband. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Do you have any common sense? I mean, I'm trying to understand. Do you have any common sense?
Jeffrey Dahmer was smiling as he ate brains. What are you talking about? Go ahead. I can name 13 cases where people are smiling because of mental illness. Go ahead.
If I'm a cop and I'm supposed to be able to create discernment, you would argue that this guy should be able to, if from the beginning felt intimidated or antagonized, stop and be professional and stay his lane and wait for his backup. Or because clearly he wasn't antagonized, he wasn't scared, he was doing whatever he wanted to do. Then you cannot actually create the justification. You have to actually have the common sense to understand. Is this person running? Is this person coming at me to try to murder me?
Holy monologue, bro.
Drive into the other people?
White knight.
Get to your point.
This is white knighting.
I'm saying cops.
He wants to become white. That's why he's white knighting.
Cops can create discernment, but I'm supposed
to. You can't, Sandy.
Even
too stupid to be white.
I gotta go.
Take a breather,
like points. of fact on what's happening or in front of him.
Of fact?
Manure,
I don't know what a fact is.
The cops should be able to create their own discernment for every situation, but they can't even create like.
Manure, I'll ask you a question. Can a person be smiling while they shoot you? Can a person be smiling while they run you over?
Bro, it's a lady, a woman.
Answer the damn question, Manure, you idiot. Answer the donkey pull card. Answer the question. Manure, answer the question. Can a person be smiling while they shoot you?
I don't know the movie you're watching. I've never seen a human being smile while they're murdering somebody. I've never seen that.
Casey Anthony was documented smiling.
Oh my God.
Your husband. Try again. Can a person do this while killing you?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe a crazy lady.
Okay, the crazy women are I'm out of here. Anyways,
maybe a crazy bitch.
Wait, Marque,
But she did
this
not
guy's
display-
funeral will be happening on Tuesday. I'll see you guys later.
Wait, Marque,
later,
wait.
Marque, great having you, man.
I have
You have
one
a
thing to say to
wonderful
Marque.
Yeah, what's up,
behavior. She did not display
shut up.
any behavior.
So Menar's he opens the door to a greater question. If they can't use lethal force because of whatever the fuck he said for the last 10 minutes, are we ever going to send any police officer into any situation whatsoever because they might experience danger? If Manure has his worldview, we can't send deputies or police officers into any situation because God forbid they get a hangnail.
No, and if it's your worldview,
Manure, let me ask this question. Manure, he asked me a
Manure,
question.
it's not for you.
Can we have some decorum here, Manure? Let me answer your question real quick. Without rules, we turn the people into animals and we turn the cities into chaos. We have to have structure and order, and there's always a precedence that sets, especially when it comes to federal law, there's an intersectionality that happens with this, right? There's overlap that's going to happen. So the jurisdiction for the officer to tell the person to get out of the car, I've heard all this. Yes, he has jurisdiction because they're impeding a federal investigation when this happens. So if in your world, in your hypothetical, that means that law enforcement will no longer have authority or any kind of jurisdiction at all. You would remove all of this.
Before you go,
mean nothing. Guns mean nothing. You would definitely you would have UK happening right here. The stabbings in the UK would happen because we take the guns away, and it would be like a kind of like a.
Remember, guys, the cops have the authority to murder you. But you don't have the expectations for them to have the discernment to be able to be sensible enough to know if this is a dangerous situation.
You just lost on somebody shooting you while they're smiling. So I mean, you got bodied on that point anyways.
You lost on conflating the fact that a funnel is similar to.
We're still not talking about your
How did I
gender,
lose to
okay?
you? How did I lose to you? You justified
Still not
murder
talking about
because
your
you're
gender.
scared. You're trying to say murder is justified because I put myself in that situation. I'm scared. Go away, man.
Let me get a closing statement real quick. 30 seconds real quick. Closing statement real quick. Stay tuned. Manure and me are going to have a debate. He's going to be carried by 6, and I'm just going to be judged by 1. So stay tuned on Tuesday. That's going to be happening, and I'm wearing all black for a reason. Manure, may God have mercy on your soul when I see you on Tuesday.
Have you talked to Emmett about your God?
Yeah, because my God is better.
Peace out, guys. Take care.
How can you interpret that verse? How do you interpret that verse?
I think you're too stupid to read the Bible, Manure, and get it right. So it's not my fault that you're too retarded. Imagine that. Imagine that you're too stupid to read the Bible. Oh my God, too dumb. Probably it's because your parents are related. They were probably cousins. Oh, I know. Your mom and your dad were brother and sister, and they got you. So it's a little bit closer to your IQ, about 50.
All right, that's the first good one today, Emmett. Nice one. I like your hair because it looks like mine today.
Have you ever been in winter? That's your IQ. The temperature in winter.
Why does Kuel and Premonition look exactly alike? This is crazy.
Oh, winter is when it's kind of cold. So because probably you don't understand what winter is.
If they have a hat
it's getting chilly. That's your
IQ. Just to finish this point, so we can move on to another topic if you guys want.
No, there's no need.
The only way Marte was able to justify the shooting. Yeah, so the only way Marte was able to justify the shooting was to make a claim that the officer was in so much fear of his life in the last moment, not at any moment during the arrest.
He was in danger.
At all, zero displaying of actual antagonization at all. Only after he put himself in the line of danger did he actually now think of himself that he's in perceived danger and then recognize that maybe he needs to get out of the situation. And then how does he get out of the situation instead of jumping one more hop a little bit, because he's so fat, maybe because he's so fat like Emmett. Emmett knows all about this.
Yeah, I know about fatness.
Instead decided to pull this and shoot because
you know about
jumping
stupid, though.
uses a lot more calories.
I prefer to be fat than retarded.
The actual jumping uses a lot more calories than pulling your gun and pulling the trigger. And by the way, how will Marte ever be able to justify the shots?
Because he was a cop. Because he was a cop, Manure. Oh, Manure.
I want to hear Marte's justification for the I want to hear the Marte's justification for the shots after
I don't want to have any justification. Do you know what that word means?
But we only get to hear Marte for 3 minutes, 3 seconds before Emmett starts.
You don't get to know what the word means, Marte.
Manure, I have a question for you.
Manure is available for birthdays, bar mitzvahs.
Quiet, Manure. Are you a member of Antifa? Are you an Antifa guy?
Baby, I can be anything you want me to be.
Gross.
Baby.
Have you ever tried to
Your 1.centimeter PP ain't gonna get it anywhere.
He's acting like an Antifa person.
He is an Antifa person.
Why are you being racist? Is it because I'm Arab?
That's what I think that we got one unmasked here. I don't know why the cops don't just tear their masks off. If I saw an Antifa person, I'd run up to them and rip off their mask. I don't know why people don't unmask
assault.
them.
That's not assault.
Manure,
that's not an assault. It's pulling
that's
off
literally assault.
mask.
No, there's
Manure, Antifa means anti-fascist, okay? It's not a thing you drink. Just so you know.
So he is Antifa.
He is Antifa. Okay. He's clearly Antifa.
Finally, we got to look at
I hate Antifa too, but I think Manure is absolutely right with the police-induced danger, and we know that this guy puts himself in dangerous situations because this is not the first time supposedly he got dragged by a car. So why do you keep positioning? Yeah, he got dragged before.
Well, so I hate to break it to you.
I didn't know that. You know how I knew he was unstable? When I heard him yell bitch.
And this time too.
That's when I knew he was unstable. Exactly. When he started calling her names after he murdered her. That's what I was like, man, this guy's unstable.
And Manure,
he said that because he got
I hate to break it to you, Manure, but the only way it's not a clean shoot is if he moves in front of it he's not in front of it and moves in front of it before she starts moving forward. Every other situation is perfectly justified. So you're spinning your wheels all this time trying to justify that it's murder when the only way that it could potentially be is if he actually jumped in front of the damn car at the last second, when the only movement that you spent the last 45 minutes to an hour arguing that he was moving out of the way of the car.
He literally put himself in that position. He was trying to get out.
He's using white knighting for these stupid
Again, going to it.
Be honest, guys.
Before that car moved,
are worse than Iran.
Stand in front of the bumper.
Say it with me. America's worse than Iran. If any American protests, they are going to get executed and murdered.
Manure,
say it with me.
I agree with you.
Say it with me. And what we're going to do to justify this is we're going to put ourselves in imminent danger. We're going to put ourselves in front of their cars and we're going to shoot them. The fuck, man, when they get out of their way.
Manure, go over there. Go to Iran. Please, go build fucking sandcastles over there.
You are the ones arguing that it's okay to murder
I want you to go over there. I want you to go to Iran. I agree with you. Get the fuck out of here. Go to Iran. Build some fucking sandcastles, please.
That's what America. That's what
Iran
your
shithole country and be like, yes, I love it here. Please.
All rioters who are caught are to be executed. That's what Iran just.
I agree with you. Okay, don't be executed. Go back to fucking Iran and build sandcastles. How about you do that?
You're worse than Iran.
You fucking bitch.
We just kill people for fun. They're not even.
I agree with you. Go to fucking Iran.
Just go over there. Manure is actually advocating for everybody because if you take into account the 30-30 movement, which basically 30%
with you too. He doesn't know what gender he is.
And they also lowered a lot of the physical requirements for police officers. So you have a lot of police officers that are out of weight, unable to do the job.
Yeah,
and then
woman.
What an amazing
because of woman.
What an
amazing. Can you please say it with me? It's because of woman.
What an amazing point. If you guys are
can you please say it with me? Is because we wanted woman on the police force? Can you say that?
Fucking old dude that was bigger than fucking all of us together combined. You're telling me that one was scared from a little girl?
Lower the standards because we wanted woman on the police force.
Not a little girl.
What a great point, work. Great point.
Go back to Iran.
Well, the one guy that weighs as much as all of us combined can do a whole lot more damage falling on a criminal than any woman could do.
That's funny. You look like the police officer, Bandit.
Manure, be quiet for a second. Mr.
Be honest. Would you be scared from that girl? Be honest. Be honest, Bandit. Be honest. Be 100% honest. Would you have shot that?
I haven't seen what she looked like. I've seen the car, but I haven't seen.
You were filming her. You're walking around the car, taking your time, talking to her wife, and you're hearing everything from her wife. Blah blah blah. Would you have shot her right there after she drove off?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Be honest. Be honest, Bandit.
100%.
Yes, especially when you hear right before. Wait, hold on. You asked me a question. Let me answer it. Especially right before she puts it in gear.
He's your fellow citizen.
Wait, hold on. You open the door for her wife. Wait. If you're gonna ask a question, you allow someone to answer it.
Yeah, let Bandit talk.
Yeah. So you asked me, would I shoot her? Yes, and especially you also added the addendum of you listening, not only viewing her, but listening to her wife. What did her wife say right before the driver put it in gear?
Drive, baby, drive.
Go. I didn't finish my answer. The car is pointing at you, and someone says, "Go, go, go." Where the fuck do you think they're going?
Stoning
right
your wife
towards
is
your
bad,
ass.
but getting shot by the police is justified. Okay,
they're not police.
Well, to be fair, you would have thrown her for the fucking roof anyway, okay?
Stoning and murdering your wife for cheating on you and having 4 people and doing a sex video about you, that's immoral. But a cop murdering you because he was so fat he can't jump off a couple of meters after he put himself in the situation that he did. I guess that is justified. Okay.
Well,
we don't use beaters over here.
If he was an Iranian cop, it would have been the same. Just instead of being shot in the car because he was trying to attack him, he would have been thrown from a roof.
Shooting after the imminent danger was done. Then why did
all in all, I guess your sandy country doesn't even matter, right? Because they would have done the same.
Argument. I'm letting you guys play with the argument, but he kept shooting even after she moved away.
He shot 3 times. The last 2 went into the door after she had already gone past him. They didn't do any damage to anything. The first shot was right through the front of the windshield, right into her chest or her head or whatever, and it took her out. And she deserved to be taken out.
Also, it would have been bad if they hit her. If there's 2 shots after hit her, then it would have been bad, right?
No, those went into the door.
Even if they hit her, it wouldn't be okay.
Women shouldn't even be police officers. Women have no business.
Yes, I agree. Women should not be police
firemen. If a woman can't carry a 350-pound man out of a burning building, she has no business being a fireman. If a woman, and no women should be in the military front lines anywhere, all they can be allowed to do is be the nurses and the secretaries like they used to be.
Yep.
But this has got to stop. And those 2 women would be home having dinner with their dog.
I know. We get it. Yeah.
Placed themselves in danger.
And people in Persia, they would be happy. They would not be executed.
Guys. All right, guys. I'm interrupting. I'm going to be ending the stream. So this has been a good stream, good panel. But yeah, it was really fun. So
thank you, Vic.
I'm going
I'll
to
be leaving now.
Soon. So thank you guys for coming.
I hope this is the last.
Give us 5 more minutes, man.
Let me 5 more minutes. Fuck off.
Bye-bye. 5 more minutes, man. Let me embarrass Emma. Where did Emma go?
Give him 5 more minutes.
Kill. Tell me about Christianity, man. Teach me. How is Jesus God? Teach me.
Thanks, Cool Vic. That was so much fun.
No problem, Premonition. Bye. Yeah, see you next time. Thanks for joining. Anyway, so Manure, about Christianity. Okay. Good seeing you guys.
Later.
Yeah, later, Pumpkinhead, and thanks for stopping by, Mr. Work and Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, take care, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. All right, guys. Thank you, Cool Vic, for bringing Manure. Yeah, no problem. All right, let's see. Let's read these super chats, huh? That was a good panel. Very interesting panel. Manure does like the Spurg a lot, but that was really interesting and a good back and forth. I still don't understand why anyone would defend the whole, like, that woman. we all saw the video. We're literally all watching the same video, but then it's like they have to make up their own narratives. That's like, so on one hand, this woman was terrified because she doesn't know who ICE are, but on the other hand, she was laughing and smiling, and it's like, well, what is it? And on one hand, it's his fault for putting himself in front of the car, but it's not her fault at all for parking in the middle of a road trying to obstruct their job. It doesn't make any sense. It's just all a bunch of nonsense, So let's see. Where did I last did I read this? I don't think I read this. Slam Slenderman, thank you very much for the $5. Sam Slenderman, thank you very much for the 10. For the goal of the content you provide, you're a huge asset to the conservative movement. Have a great rest of your stream, and God bless, brother. Well, thank you very much, Sam Slenderman. God bless you too. Thank you very much for the $5 Wi-Fi. Jim Bob is the most intellectual and entertaining debater, heavily underrated. Yes, indeed. And thank you very much, Postal Joe, for gifting the 5 Cool Vig memberships. And congratulations. I can't see who the lucky winner is now because it's so far back. I don't think Pumpkinhead was one of them, though. So again, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. But congratulations to the lucky winners. And thank you very much, Jared Speaks, for $9.99. Hail Vic. Everyone make sure to subscribe. Also, can I get a plug? Love your content, brother. Keep doing what you do. Yes, very much. And make sure you guys check out Jared Speaks. Just go to his channel. Wicked Wally, thank you very much for $5. Why does the supposedly serious Muslim give 2 shits how a lesbian leftist protest agitator got treated by ICE? That's a very good question, actually. Thank you very much, Wicked Wally. And thank you very much for the 5 Fuck It button. $5 from Fuck It button. 6 foot, 220 pound superior male would dump first Meg and pop in a second without question. Also, Manure, do you spurk too much to attract wife stalker cousins? That's funny. Yeah, that's another thing. He kept saying, oh, she's a little girl. She's a woman. She's a little girl. Yeah, but, listen, big, 1,000-pound cars, big cars are good equalizers, I would say. If a woman's running toward me, that's one thing. She's driving a car toward me, that's a different story. But thank you very much, Fuck It Button. And also, finally, thank you very much, Fisher the Breeze Builder, $2. Thank you. Cool for bringing Manure. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. Repeat in traffic is a federal law crying. Yeah. 1.5. Yeah, don't forget. Wasn't it 1.4? He cared because he thinks it's an own on our culture. Yeah. It's weird to see so many women in the IDF. Yeah. So is he Antifa, Manure? He never really answered, and Pumpkinhead said that he was, but I don't know if that was just Pumpkinhead just, saying, well, yeah, he totally is, or if that's a fact. Bucket Button, thank you very much for the $5. Imagine being so stupid you think the woman is the threat are talking about and not the 1.5 ton meat grinder. Yeah, exactly. It's true. All right. Let's be honest. Manure doesn't give an F about that snizzlicker. Yeah, exactly. Isn't being a snizzlicker a sin in the Muslim culture? Isn't that a sin, being a snizzlicker? Don't they throw people off roofs over there in their country? And he kept saying, oh, you want to be like Iran. You want to be like Iran. Well, I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing to Manure? Wouldn't he say that's a good thing? It's confusing. I don't know what the heck this guy, what his point is, but it's just anyone. And then work academics too, it's like, how could you guys defend this? It's like, well, not part of their training to go in front of the car. Well, what difference does that make? So just because it wasn't in his training, therefore, if he stands in front of the car and they try to run him over, that's fine. Doesn't make any sense. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you very much. It was a chill stream, but it wasn't very chill at all. In fact, it was very chaotic. So I think Marte is still live streaming, so I'm going to send you guys over to Marte. Let me get this all. Is Marte just showing me? Is Marte still on? Vic Manure literally said, shoot the car, and if someone has a gun, you should shoot the gun. He clearly never fired a pistol in his... Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, and he also thinks cars could get decapitated, so there's that. Marte is based as fuck, yeah. I've been hit by a car, not fun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not. Marte is showing me. Okay, is he streaming, though? Because I could see... Yeah, he is showing me, but I don't know if he just forgot to log off or what. Maybe I'll go to Jim Bob instead, huh? Yeah, I know he's streaming, but is he like actively streaming? Marte. I'll just like, I'll send you guys a Marte. Oh, Marte forgot to turn his live off. It's you streaming you. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll send you guys over to Jim Bob. I think he's debating right now.
Account.
I guess he's on the panel and ducks there. That should be pretty good. Alrighty, guys. Hope you guys have a great and blessed rest of your Saturday nights. I'll see you guys back here Monday. Hail victors, and Christ is God. I'll see you guys later.